Happy Friday. It's time to do an update on the cheap 4Runner. You'll see in the last video we had a rust discovery. That was a bit of a surprise. I do have a plan for that. I'll cover that in a minute. I'll turn this camera around. I'll show you the list of what we've finished and what we have left and where we're going. So let me turn this around. All right, so some of you may have watched the previous videos. We did an axle rebuild. That was a full axle rebuild. I decided not to do the drop-in locker because this will mostly be a street vehicle. My wife might be driving it, could be one of my kids driving it, and from what I've read, the drop-in lockers can create some odd driving characteristics. So I do have it. It's a Lockrite 1620 LR, I think is the model number, part number. So I have that. It does fit a variety of things like I think some Tacomas, the GX 470, maybe a T100. So I'll maybe save that for a future project. But the biggest accomplishment so far is the rear axle rebuild. That was a fair amount of work, a lot of reading and research, but it's been great. We've put maybe 60 or 80 miles on this so far. It's very quiet, there are no leaks, and very satisfied with that. So, simple thing, did change the oil. I fixed the fender. You might go back to the original walk around video where the left front fender was caved in. So we have fixed that. It looks good from about 40 feet. So I got in a hurry, did a quick Bondo job. I did heat this up and straighten that out some. Ended up respraying the whole fender with Duplicolor. I have a whole can of that. So I may redo this. It doesn't quite match, but the other paint hasn't been washed or buffed yet either. So kind of hoping that'll darken up a little bit too. But you know, overall for what it is, it's not meant to be perfect. I don't want perfect. It's fine, you know, it's fine. So I did replace the rear tail lights. They were broken when I got it. We've put a radio in it. I have replaced the front tires just to match up the rear. Some cheap Master Crafts. I will pick up some all-terrains at some point. We put wiper blades. We rebuilt the shifter, well, not rebuilt the shifter, but replaced the shifter bushings. If your shifter is really sloppy, you can buy the bushings. I can't remember if I got those on eBay or Amazon. I want to say it was Amazon. It was not hard to do. There are plenty of videos on here to show you how to do that, and I would highly recommend it. So that wasn't bad. Here's another shot of the interior. I have not vacuumed it, cleaned anything. This is as we got it. So where did we leave off? Shifter bushings. The roof rack was missing when we got it. So I picked up a roof rack on eBay. I think I paid $100 for it. So I got that on, looks much better. Replaced the tie rod ends. They were garbage, had some play in them. So we did replace the tie rod ends. I still have to do an alignment. I did the string method on the alignment. My steering wheel was off center to the right, now it's off center to the left, but it does drive straight. So I have some plates coming that you bolt to the hub and you use tape measures. I'm tired of doing the string thing. It's a pain in the butt, so I'll do a video on that when we do it. I did service the transmission, also replaced the screen filter internally. The transmission pan was spotless, and I'm not exaggerating, the transmission pan was spotless. There's 4 magnets in there. They had very little material on them, so this thing has been taken care of. We did replace the front signal lights and the fat lip bumper, which won't matter because at some point I'm going to do an off-road bumper. So based on the last video, the frame rust, we're going to plate the frame. It's a small area. I'm going in the morning to pick up a welder. I've never welded before in my life, so I have been watching videos and reading up on that. I'm pretty confident that I can do it. As I mentioned, do the alignment. The muffler is the cause of the rust. I'll cover more on that in the other video. So we're gonna do a muffler. I've got all the stuff to do the front brakes, calipers, rotors, pads. I got a brake master cylinder because you do have to do a kind of a one pump to get a firm pedal. I believe that's going to be the master cylinder, and still have to service the front differential and transfer case. So once we're all finished, I will do a full detail on this, clean it up, and then we'll determine how much farther we go with the fender and the rear quarter panel. So I'm thinking I may just paint this, call it a day. I'm not planning on flipping this, but it's not out of the realm either. You know, everything's for sale, right? Everything has a price. So anyway, I think it's going to clean up really good. I really like driving it. It runs and drives fantastic. And as you all know, if you have one of these, they feel solid, and it's just a great vehicle. So anyway, stay tuned for the next one, and I'll see you soon.